How's it going, my fellow Flesh and Blood players? So I'm going to discuss about my ProQuest on Saturday at the Banish Zone. The format was Sage. If you were watching my previous videos, I was trying to get Azalea ready for it. But as you see if you're watching, I ended up coming in with Briar. Probably not much of a surprise. Briar's a very dominant hero in the Sage format right now. I think Azalea was close. The problem with her is just she couldn't beat Briar. And I think Kano is also a difficult matchup as well. And right now they're both kind of running rampant in the format. Briar felt pretty good. Round 1 we ended up being up against Alexi, which I didn't get much prep into that. It definitely caught me by surprise how much I saw Snapshot. I just wasn't able to get there. So we actually started with a round 1 loss. I had a huge hill to climb. Round 2, I had a Decimator Great Axe as Dory. We were able to do enough power turns. We were able to get through the defense there. Started looking a little bit better with a 1-1. Round 3, I was up against a Rhinar. I was getting a lot of reps into KO before I went into this ProQuest. And I kind of treated it as such. Just I knew there was Intimidate, so I knew what hand I had to keep. Lucky enough, Briar has no problem with that. AB was disrespected, so we just dealt a lot of arcane damage. And then just killed them on the spot towards the end. Round 4, I actually had the Briar mirror. Weird enough, we only had 4 Briars in this 32 people event. They won the dice roll and chose to go second. So I was able to take the win on that. Also, we both disrespected AB. I was actually surprised I did that. I was like, oh, it's like I should have brought AB1 just in case for the boots. But luckily enough, we got there and we pulled in the win. And then round 5, I went up against a KO. Again, a buddy of mine's been playing a lot of KO in Sage, so I knew that matchup very well. Also, he disrespected AB. So it's not a good choice to do against Briar, from what I'm figuring out. That's like when I was getting my friend ready for his actually first ProQuest. Well, first competitive event in general. I had him pretty prepared for Briar, and I had him bring in AB1 for the gloves. I think he went up against one, but it was somebody that was like really good. Don't think he said he really had to use it, but I always felt like that's just good so we don't kill you on the spot, because Briar can easily do that. I ended up clawing my way back and finally got my top 8 for the first time at the Banish Zone. I ended up in 6th. 3 of the 4 Briars made it to the top 8. We actually had 1 Lexi. We had an Enigma. And then we had 2 Decimator Grey Axes. The funny part was my first round was against the Lexi that I lost to on round 1. It was close. It got down to the point where I needed to draw the arcane seeds and life to deal to do 2 arcane because they broke their bullseye bracers. And unfortunately, when I drew that 4, I just did not have it. So it was unfortunate, but it was good to get the top 8. You know, we got the card promo. The rest was Tech Lavos and stuff, and I really don't have much of an interest in that hero, so there was that. Discussing Sage a little bit as a whole, it was a quick event, which was nice. I still think this format has some issues. that could be addressed. For one, just these aggro heroes being able to deal almost 20 on the spot just doesn't feel good. I really do think we need to, well, this has been my idea of the perfect solution, and then a friend of mine actually put a good leg up on it, and they are right. The way to fix this format is to give them 40 life, make them the adult. We go to a 60 card deck, and we do an 80. It's cheaper CC. You can still call it Silver Age if you want, but let alone just having the 40 life total, I think would just completely fix the format. I've heard people constantly saying about doing 30, but I could never see LSS reprinting all kinds of heroes with a 30 life total. It's like, just make them adults. It's not that I don't like the young heroes, it's just they're only really good in a sealed draft format. You can agree or disagree with me. That is my opinion on that. As far as trying to fix Sage after addressing what I said would be the solve, I just don't think they're going to do that. Things, especially for Briar, like Burn Up Shock, should just not exist. It's just way too explosive. We have the pummels that I feel like still need to go. There's more defense reactions. If you want to get rid of all of those generic ones, the Sigils of Sufferings have to go. The Steelblade Shunts need to go. You gotta get rid of some of these D-reacts if that's something you don't want in the format. Because all the heroes that have them are the ones that are in the top of the meta. And then, even though Guardians aren't really represented right now, I think as soon, I'm pretty sure Briar will be one of the ones leaving. These Clash cards for Guardians also have to go. Just having a bunch of block slop just does not make it fun for the game. A lot of people are complaining about the Decimator Great Axe. I do understand why people don't like it, simply because it doesn't matter what your warrior hero actually is, it just runs well. But as far as the card itself, I don't think it's the worst thing. Honestly, if they would strip a D-react from the warriors, it probably wouldn't be as good. But that is just my opinion. Honestly, that's my two biggest concerns with Sage. One is just the aggressive output is just way too much for a 20 life format. Even with the commons and rares, we can output over 10 damage, so it's like a 2-turn kill every time. And the second, just too many reactions yet that live in certain classes. If you want to get rid of them for the generics, you're going to have to get rid of those too, because that's why the format is as dominant with them as it is. That's all I got to say about Silver Age. We will start focusing more on CC after this. I am happy to finally break the top 8 mold at the Banish Zone. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed my discussions about how my top 8 went. You can always feel free to ask questions about anything. I don't feel like I need to do a deck list because I think most people are already familiar with what Briar's running, but if you really want me to, let me know in the comments and then I can drop it into my description then for you. Alright, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.